Imagine this. It's the middle of the night in 1983. A Soviet early warning computer begins flashing one terrifying message. Missile launch detected. Then another. And another. 5 American ICBMs appear to be flying toward the Soviet Union. One Soviet officer, Stanislav Petrov, has minutes to decide. Launch a nuclear counterstrike, or trust his instinct that the computers are wrong. His decision would shape the future of the entire planet. This is the unbelievable true story of the man who saved the world. The year is 1983. The Cold War is at its peak. The U.S. and the Soviet Union both have thousands of nuclear warheads ready to launch within minutes. Just weeks earlier, President Ronald Reagan publicly called the Soviet Union an evil empire. NATO had just conducted huge military exercises. Soviet intelligence believed the U.S. might be preparing a surprise attack. Inside the Soviet military, nerves were already stretched thin. One mistake, one misunderstanding, could end human civilization. And on September 26, 1983, everything almost went wrong. It was after midnight at Serpukhov 15, a top-secret Soviet early warning bunker. Lieutenant Colonel Stanislav Petrov was the officer on duty, responsible for monitoring satellite warnings of an American attack. Petrov wasn't expecting drama. His job was usually routine, watching screens, checking signals, logging data. But that night, the alarms shattered the silence. Red lights began flashing. Sirens screamed. The computer displayed a single chilling word: launch. A Soviet satellite detected a missile rising from the United States. Petrov froze, staring at the glowing screen. If this was real, he had only minutes to report it. That report would trigger a Soviet retaliatory strike. Then the system reported a second missile, then a third, then a fourth, then a fifth. 5 nuclear missiles heading straight toward the Soviet Union. His officers stared at him, waiting for an order. Everyone's faces turned pale. Petrov knew. If he said, "Attack confirmed," the USSR would launch everything it had, and the US would strike back. Billions could die. Within hours. The rules were simple. If the satellite system detected missiles, the officer must immediately inform Moscow's nuclear command. Petrov was trained to follow protocol. But his instincts whispered something else. He thought to himself, why only 5 missiles? Why not hundreds? A real first strike would be massive. He also knew the satellite system had recently been installed. Untested, imperfect. The computer insisted the attack was real. Every sensor said it was real. Procedures said it was real. But Petrov said no. His instinct told him it was a false alarm. And with the weight of the entire world on his shoulders, he made the most important gamble in human history. He told the Soviet High Command, "This is a false alarm." All Petrov could do was wait. If he was wrong, the missiles would hit within minutes. He stared at the clock. He could hear his own heartbeat. 1 minute passed. 2 minutes. 3. But nothing happened. The radar screens remained clear. Petrov let out a breath. He didn't realize he'd been holding. He was right. He had saved the world. Investigations later revealed the cause. The Soviet satellite had mistaken sun-like reflections on high-altitude clouds for launching missiles. A glitch, a misread, a technical error. Yet the computer had displayed it with full confidence. Any other officer might have followed procedure. Any other officer might have reported it, and if he had, World War III would have begun in seconds. The Earth would be a different planet today. Instead of being celebrated, Petrov was criticized for not following protocol. His superiors didn't want to admit that their new warning system was flawed. He received no reward, no recognition. His actions were classified for years. He retired quietly, living in a small apartment, unknown to the world. It wasn't until 1998, 15 years later, that the incident became public. And suddenly the world realized what he had done. International organizations honored him. Documentaries were made. People called him the man who saved the world. And they were right. Stanislav Petrov proved something powerful. You don't need superpowers to save the world. Sometimes you just need courage and the bravery to trust your humanity over a machine. He passed away in 2017, quietly, without fame or fortune, but millions of people alive today owe their lives to his judgment. His story remains one of the greatest reminders of all time. One person as calm decision can change the fate of the entire planet.